we had a 100-play scrimmage today. We started out at the stadium, and then the weather hit, and we transitioned into the indoor. We really primarily, the ones and twos got the majority of the reps. Our threes got some reps. At the very end, we went 3 live punt returns, which I thought was very good. Ryan Davis, Javaris Davis, and Stephen Roberts were the returners, and gave us some good information from a special team standpoint on that. During the scrimmage, there was a few scores by the offense, but there was also, the defense got some turnovers. Energy was good. We let our quarterbacks go live. It was good for our quarterbacks. It's very good to evaluate those guys in a live situation. It's very good for a defense to have a quarterback go live. You can learn a lot about the pass rushing and everything that goes with that. But I thought all 3 guys, Jeremy, John, and Sean, got some good work, and Tyler got some work with the threes. But overall, I thought it was a pretty productive day. We got some good information moving forward.
Did you mix them up pretty good? Who was running the ones?
We tried to. We tried to give every quarterback equal reps with the ones, and then we got just about equal with the twos. John Franklin got quite a bit of work, but that was by design, just because we didn't know as much about him as we do the other guys. But it was good. It was good to see the quarterbacks. There was some design quarterback runs too. Want to see how they reacted.
Did John Franklin get a chance to run that option exactly the way he would in the regular game?
He did. Got a chance to, and I think we put 1 ball on the ground in exchange, and then he made a really good run one time too. So it was good for him, and it was good for our coaches to see what he could do and what he needs to improve on.
How did he throw the ball?
I thought he threw the ball well. I think we overthrew a couple deep balls, but he extended some plays. I thought Jeremy and Sean did the same thing. They extended some plays down the field. I thought it was good for all those guys to be live in the pocket, especially when you throw the football.
How did the running backs look?
Running backs did a solid job. We put the ball on the ground. I think the rookies put the ball on the ground a few times, but the older guys, the 2 older guys, I thought did a solid job. Chandler Cox got some carries, with the tailback, which that was by design too. Cameron Petway did not scrimmage. He had a little bit of a hamstring issue, but I thought the older running backs were solid.
How does Chandler do as a running back?
Yeah, did very well. He's a load.
Did Jeremy Johnson and Sean White look more like the veterans you expect at this point in their careers out there?
They're very comfortable when they're out there.
Gus, who would you say won at the line of scrimmage, your offensive line or the defensive line?
I don't. The ones, I think it was close. The twos, yeah, I'm not ready to say who won because there was good things happening on both sides. After I watched the film, I mean, anytime you rotate 3 groups and you're rotating a bunch of guys, it's real hard to make a call on that.
Any of the young receivers stand out to you today?
They all got opportunities. A couple guys made some catches down the field. They played extremely hard. I will say that.
Yes, you talked about how important it is to get back to go in tempo and things like that. How do you think that looked today?
Yeah, we had SEC officials. We put the ball down, tried to play normal. They put the ball down normal, and I thought at times the offense was really in rhythm and trying to go fast. And that, like I said earlier, that's a point of emphasis this spring. And I think our guys are continuing to improve in that area.
Beyond John Franklin, there's just athletic abilities, decision-making, Gus, whether it be run, pass, reading plays, just on first glance, how's his decision-making?
He's still learning the offense. He's eager to learn everything inside and out, but it's a process. And we throw a lot at our quarterback, and he's trying his best to take everything in. I think he's responding well.
Other than Petway, did anybody else have to sit out?
I don't think so. I think everybody else participated. Rudy Ford was back, and he participated. But the guys that have been in practice did. Now, obviously, the guys that have been limited in orange jerseys did not, but everybody else did.
Did any of the newcomers jump out at you at all?
Malik got a lot of carries. He made a pretty good run. Just needs to protect that football. But young guys, that's part of the process with that. He tried to run hard.
Gus, how do you balance between, wanting to see the defense make progress here in its first year and under a new coordinator, but at the same time, you have high expectations for your offense because, this is their 4th year for some of these guys knowing your system.
Yeah, I mean, it's you gotta be good in both areas, and, I think our defense will be improved, I really do. They're off to a very good start. They're responding, they're playing hard. We got a lot of veteran guys, got some impact players on defense too, and, so I think it's been very good competition, and today was no different. And, but the expectations are to be good on both sides of the football, and, sometimes the offense wins, sometimes the defense wins, and sometimes it's pretty close. And I'd say today it was pretty close. But like I said, we're rotating a whole bunch of guys and letting everybody play.
Over the last few years, whether it's spring or fall, you've been able to look back at a scrimmage early, it seems like every time, whether it was Nick Marshall or Jeremy Johnson, and go, that's when we kind of had an idea that this guy was going to be able
Right.
to make some moves. Do you feel like you'll look back at this scrimmage and say the same thing at quarterback?
We learned a lot, so we're hoping so. I mean, after we see the film, it'd be great to have a really good feel, for the guys. Like I said, we'll learn more today from the quarterback standpoint than we did the first 7 practices. So, hopefully we'll be able to say that.
Do you foresee John Franklin III getting more snaps outside of the 13 in practices after this scrimmage?
No, he's been rotating with the 1s and 2s quite a bit too, and today he did the same thing.
Did any other quarterbacks separate themselves at all?
It's hard for me to say that right now, but, all 3 of the quarterbacks took pretty good licks and responded well when they came back. And it was good for them in the pocket, to have those guys rushing and feel the pressure and have to keep your eyes down the field and make plays. All 3 got a chance to run the zone type reads, and all 3 quarterbacks ran it, so it was good.
Do you think you'll go live again with the quarterback?
I don't know. I don't know. We'll see where we're at. I'm glad we did it today. It was good for them. It was good for the offense. It was good for the defense too.
Have you seen the evidence of Byron Cowart kind of making that next step forward?
You can tell he's more experienced. I mean, you can feel his presence, just being more confident and more experienced.
Did the disruption of having to pull up and move back over here, did that create any issues?
You do worry about that. I was concerned about it, but our guys responded well. I mean, when we transitioned in the indoor, they still had great energy, and they were excited to finish practice. But I was concerned about that. And in the past, we've done that before and probably not as responded as well. But today, I was pretty well pleased.
Gus, Rick said something yesterday about getting back to who we are, in practices and in preparation, and it's being more physical and having quarterbacks go live and having more physical practice. Is that part of it?
I think it's all the above, and just getting back to our pace and the execution. The execution at a fast pace is, that's who we are, and we got to get back to being able to execute at a fast pace. And so that's been a big factor, this spring.
You mentioned that obviously Jeremy and Sean knew more about defensively. You certainly know a lot about Carl and Montrevious and Trey and Carl and those guys, but at the same time, the new coordinator, Carl being injured a lot last season, are veteran players on defense being treated as veterans where you know a lot, or do you want to see them? Did they do a lot?
No, they did a lot. I mean, everybody participated. Everybody was out there with the 1s, was with the 1s, our veteran guys. They had good scrimmages, and they got a lot of reps. So that was by design.
Just in preseason camp last year, you mentioned how unblockable Carl looked. Have you already seen that some since you guys started this spring?
No doubt.
How beneficial is it to have a guy like that, especially when you're trying to bring in 2 new tackles on him?
Well, I mean, if you can block him one-on-one, there's a good chance you're going to block most people in our league.
Have they been able to do that much?
He's hard to block one-on-one. That's what.
Thanks.
Thank you, guys.